Good night, fellow punchers. The clock on the wall says 8 minutes away from 11 o'clock on Sunday night. I got home about 3/4 of an hour ago from Croke Park, and I decided I'd do a video. There was one there that was in my tracker, and I spotted one the last day, so hopefully we might get Monday off to a good start. I headed off this morning to what time? 9:30, 9:45, something around that. Not much traffic on the road. I do park on Elizabeth Street. It's at the back of the hotel. It's a quiet little street that not too many people know about. There's parking on both sides of the street. My father used to park there probably 40 years ago, and there was people on the street he used to go in and get a cup of tea with before and after the matches. They were from Roscommon. They're still living there, but I didn't go into them this evening. They're getting on in years now, so I didn't want to bother them. Got to the hotel, and there was a good queue for the dinner, so I wanted to be in the stadium about 10:15 to 1. I wanted to see the teams coming out on the field. They were out about 8 minutes past and 10 minutes past 1. Probably 3-1 supporters for Listowel as in contrast to the Arva Cavan contingent. A good game. Both teams started slow, few mistakes, few errors, bad shooting, and it was 2-0 to Arva, and the Listowel management called out 2 subs, and they were warming up. It was about 15 minutes gone, and lo and behold, everyone perked up. They were afraid to be pulled off, and the next thing it was 4-2 to Listowel. They were 7-4 ahead at half time, but they were lucky to be ahead, I thought. Maybe one, but I was saying it was good. I was talking to a few from Listowel at half time. I was saying it's going to be tough for you because they were a bigger side, height, and that football know-how. They were smart on the ball and that strength. And they came out in the second half, and there had 4 of them lying in the middle of the field, go from one side of the field to the other, and they didn't pass any heed on the Listowel forwards. There was 4 of them above inside the 50 with 2 backs for Arva. They weren't concerned about them at all. I think they won 10 out of Listowel's 14 kickouts, and they didn't clean catch every one of them, but they were hungry on the breaking ball to pick them up. I think they had what was it, 9 or 10. I do always do the program. 2, 4, 7. There are 11 wides altogether. Listowel had only 2. Listowel had no wide in the second half, so they only scored 3 points, and there was 2 of them I think from frees. But they were way the better team. But I had to. I was in the first half. I was sitting. I picked my seat, and there was nobody around me, not within 20 yards either in a circle around me. But they got in around me, no problem. But there was a girl behind me. She was from Listowel, and by God, she had a great pair of lungs. I never, ever, ever heard anything like this screeching and roaring and shouting. She knew every player, and the minute they got the ball, she announced their name and was nearly telling them what to do with it. But the roaring and shouting was coming into my left ear, so I had enough of it after about 15 or 16 minutes. I had to move. I moved over about 10 seats to the right. But God bless her lungs anyway. It was great. But they were way the better team. Sam got a game. We only brought in with 10 minutes to go. He got a pint after that. But their subs weren't strong enough to come into the middle of the field where they needed strength. Cavan were well on top, the Cavan club. We went back into the hotel, and I met a couple of from. I met a fellow that I hadn't met since 2011, and we used to drink together in Dublin for maybe 3 or 4 years, twice or 3 times a week. And he has moved back to Listowel now, so we're going to touch base during the summer. A good character. We went to the hotel, and we said 3 of us. We said we'd have something to eat. Looked at the menu. It was brutal. A bit of fish, and I seen them going to buy with a bit of it anyway. You wouldn't need a toothpick after it, and a burger, €23 for the fish and 22 for a burger and a few chips with it. And there was no dinner at all, no roast beef, no turkey, no bacon and cabbage, nothing like that. And tenner for all desserts, and I never heard the name of some of them before, a tenner for them. So I decided, frig this, I said, well, Mom, we'll go down to Fagan's. So I went down to Fagan's there in Drumcondra. Walked on, it was about 15-minute walk, I'd say. And it was cold, but we tipped on nicely. Great dinner there altogether, $18.50. And so the place was packed, but it moves fairly fast. Great dinner. I had the roast beef on a Sunday, and there was 2 turkeys, well, turkey and a half. Good food. Back to the hotel, then met a couple more, and I decided then I'd get out of Dodge. I didn't see any of the second match at all. Only seen, I seen some of the first race today with Roly Boly Boy. It actually traded 1 to 2 and running. I thought, but it jumped a couple of, it had run, you nearly want to put in that 4 miles forward in Czechoslovakia. He's a plodder, and that's it. Like, and the other one had, and I was afraid of it. I done the reverse forecast, and I done the reverse, it came in, paid £8 and something. And I done the reverse forecast, and the other raced in with the winner and that other Lativa. No good. That chuck is gone. It reminds me of Dudley Pig to have in the same colours in Ireland. I can't remember his name now. That's gone off my list as well. If them 2 weren't in that race today, we'd have handicapped the race to have the 2 winners, I'd say. But anyway, it's not that, but this. Didn't get a chance since morning to look at the comments or see if there's any newcomers, so we'll see for tomorrow night. There's 2 tomorrow that I'm interested in. We'll get to them. It's not that, but this, as I say. There's a sprint on the Goo in Lingfield. It's a class 5. We had a horse back last week. This is when I noticed this one, and I was looking at his forum. Night on Earth, trained by Ian Williams. He's going all right, Ian Williams. 5 out of 30 in the last 14 days. That's 16, nearly 17%. But this horse now is rated 69. If you go back to when it won in Lingfield before, when it was with Mick Appleby, it was 92, and that was on the 2nd of April 2022. You know, less than 2 years ago. 4-year-old at the time, beat Bedford Flyer at the time. That was in 57 and change. It ran the last day out in front, and it was 59 and change, but it probably went off too fast. But it was in a better class race. He was up against better horses than this, to that Wolverhampton. We were on the third one. But we'll watch this and we'll see. He just died a death. He went out in front. He's a speed horse all right, but you just have to control the speed. Cam Hardy was on him the last day. David Probert the next day, or tomorrow.
From the start here,
that's him out in front.
Who leads off the final turn from Strong Johnson, coming for a run between runners is Moonflight, then Zarzini down the outside as they now approach the final furlong. Night on Earth and Moonflight, with Zarzini putting in a strong run. Here's Diamond Spirit on the wide outside. It's Moonflight, Diamond Spirit thrusting home the near side. Diamond Spirit going to complete the 4-timer. Diamond Spirit beats Moonflight. Then back in third place was Zarzini.
There were 3 better beasts, and you had the likes of Strong Johnson and Leahu and Streamline behind him. There's nothing of that calibre in this race tomorrow. But again, he has to come out. He proves that he likes the track. He ran in went wire to wire before. Probert needs to get the pace right, and he should be right there. And then we go to Punchestown. Punchestown on a Monday. Not too often that happens. The 225, it's a novice handicap hurdle, 2.5 mile. We have a bus horse in it. Dgalwaygallivanter. That should be nearly in the plural, the Dgalwaygallivanters, because I met a lot of them in my time. Gallivanters from Galway, trained by Gavin Cromwell, owned by the Gallivanter Syndicate. We were on this at 11 to 1 on the 26th of November last. That's a couple of months ago, not even, a month and a half ago. And that was Conor Stone Walsh's first winner on over hurdles. and he has won a few times for us. As we take it up, he's with this is him here on the left. Big old strong horse, and I think the extra half a furlong won't be any harm to him at all.
Boy. Down to the third last, Champagne Soon still with the advantage, or just has been headed by Anna Fowler at the second last. Heavy fall too for Tip for Mac. But heading down towards the second last, coming through in the centre, the long lad to lead from on the outside. Don't do odds on. The Dgalwaygallivanter tries to challenge on the inner, and there in front of House Martin and Padraig's Boy down to the final flight. It's the long lad in front from on the outside. Padraig's Boy between them. Don't do odds on. The Dgalwaygallivanter hasn't gone away on the inside. Down to the final flight, and it's the Dgalwaygallivanter on the inside of Padraig's Boy. Now let you string him. Padraig's Boy's a faller. Well, now every chance, and it's the Dgalwaygallivanter who's left a couple of lengths in front. Finishing one on the outside is House Martin, but the Dgalwaygallivanter is going to win this by about 3 to 4 lengths in the end. A first winner over hurdles.
He bunny hopped the last one, and he sure as hell gallivanted to the line. He went up £7 for that. Connor Stone Walsh takes 5 off, which is very handy, I must say. The extra precautionary inspection at 7:30. I wasn't aware of that. Hopefully it goes ahead. It's not plain sailing, but there's a few horses in there with decent enough form. But this actually is a chaser in the making. You can see he's only a 5-year-old, and that he'll be better over fences. Big galloping sort. McFields is a big price there as well, and Gavin Cromwell is another one there, clear the clouds. But you'd imagine that this is the first string. Well, you'd hope it would be anyway. But anyway, Sinead, that's it. I'll get this into the oven, and we will get an early night. Bash the bookies over and out.